Rosie, you are a camera hog. Literally. Welcome back to the Piney Woods Homestead. This is Matthew. And it's a nasty rainy day again here in the heart of the URA Mountains. I'm starting to think we live in Seattle, Washington. But we don't. We're on the other side of the country. And it's just starting to get wet. It's that time of the year. And hopefully we can get some dry days here soon before it does turn off nasty wet for a long extended period of time. So I can get some trees out of here. I got to get a log deck built up so I can mill some lumber this winter for all the projects I don't have going on. But today me and Lisa are going to get down here in the woods. We're going to take up some old fence. It needs to be taken down, that plastic construction fence we had up as a visual barrier for Rosie before we got our new lot done. We're going to get over here to the composting chicken coop, freshen that up a little bit, take some shavings down to the new piggies. They might like something to play in. And see what else we can get done here on a rainy day on the Piney Woods Homestead. Thanks for joining us, guys, and y'all stick around. Now y'all check this out. A buddy of mine brought me a free wood stove. This thing's going to get sandblasted and repainted with high temperature paint. My father-in-law's got a body shop, and he knows just what to do with this thing. It weighs about 500 pounds, I think. So I know how to take that over to him pretty soon, get this thing fixed up, because it's going to go in my shop down there. Keep me nice and toasty this winter, hopefully. Get the water out. Good morning, babies. Good morning. You're going to be mad getting me here. Get y'all some fresh shake.
That lost one.
It's a little crazy. It is time for them to get a few fresh shavings. It stayed really good and dry in here. It's damp right now, where it's soaking up everything. Not bad. And they'll knock all this stuff down for me. I believe I traumatized these birds just a little bit. Coming in here to give them shavings. They ain't used to me being in here. They're used to getting fed and watered. But they'll kick all these shavings down. This coop's doing just like it should. A little bit damp, but not wet. Y'all are okay. You're okay. It's safe, y'all, I promise. It's safe. Don't eat the shavings. They're just fine. Looking good, nice dry birds. That's what we want. These chickens are funny. They act like you're trying to flog them every time you walk into the coop. But they're growing, they're getting bigger, and they're looking real good. This composting coop's working out really nice. Just had to put our first layer of shavings down, and this thing's been in here for about a month. They've been kicking that bark off of those slabs. Everything's working just like it should. I can hear these other birds over here. They're going crazy this morning too. It's just weather. It's cool weather, man. They're getting excited about the change, and so are we. So a couple of times a day we check on the raised beds. We like gardening in the fall, but it has its challenges. Army worms are one of our challenges, along with grasshoppers, slugs, and other creepy crawlies that like to come out this time of the year and eat your vegetables. So on the back of the potato plants, Lisa noticed there was some little worms. I look at them, they're green army worms. We're going to take care of that right now. But I'll get you a close-up and show you what I'm talking about with these worms. Alright, so right there at my thumb, there's a little teeny tiny worm. And that's the beginning of a green army worm. And if it's not a green army worm, it's hard to tell when they're this small, but I believe that's what it is. Moth lays the egg on the back of the leaves. They emerge and start eating them. So we're going to take care of that right now with some spinosad. Now y'all, this isn't the ideal time of the day to be spraying your garden. You normally want to do that right at dusk when everything's out. But right now these worms are out. And even though we got more rain coming, I know get some organic spinosad on them. And that should stop them in their tracks. And you want to make sure you get up under those leaves good with this spray. But they've been eating all over these potato plants overnight. Y'all it ain't gonna take every bit of this. I only made about a quart up. So we'll spray it on everything else that's out here because you really want to use your garden spray up as soon as you make it. Don't let it sit in your sprayer. Mainly because it can gum things up. So we'll go ahead and use it and get everything else that's in this garden spray. Y'all, I've been telling you the whole time that this is butter crunch lettuce. It's actually butter head on this side. And y'all, it don't hold up real good to heavy rain, but it will stand back up. But now that Cherokee lettuce on the other side, that stuff is tough. It stands up real good even through a heavy rain. This cabbage is starting to put on a nice show. Actually starting to form some heads, the beginning of it anyways. It's gonna be a while yet. These Conan kohlrabi from Haas Tool are forming some nice heads. It'll be probably a few more weeks before they're actually big enough to harvest though. All right, now that we've taken care of some chores here in the garden and with these chickens, we're gonna get down here to Rosie's lot, check on these babies here shortly, and try to get a little bit of that fence down in the woods. If the rain holds off long enough, it's looking like it's gonna pour any minute now, but we're just trying to get what we can done, y'all. That's the life on a homestead. You gotta roll with the punches. We got some dirty piggies this morning. Had 2 inches of rain overnight, y'all. These little guys we're out here feeding. Rosie's got her a new spot fixed outside. But this farrowing area is in a good spot because we're actually up on top of a hill. And so that water, when it comes down hard like that, it just kind of flows right on off. Don't get a whole lot of standing water here. Got a little bit of water inside the building where they've pretty much tracked it in. We'll get some shavings down on that so this baby's got a nice little dry spot to lay tonight. Got some water in here last night. When you got 2 inches of rain, you can't help it. It's going to track in, so we're going to make sure these babies got some shavings up in there. They'll kick them on down how they want. I believe Rosie's happy with the shavings. She likes eating them. Don't eat them all. Good looking babies. Rosie's good at bumping them out of the way. Hey guys. So, hey, what you got there, man? Y'all are YouTube famous. YouTube famous. Pretty pigs, pretty pigs.
Hey, Dixie.
Piggy's doing what piggies do, playing in the mud. Scratch that itch, boy.
That's Dixie.
Oh, that's Dixie. Scratch that itch, girl. Rosie, you are a camera hog, literally. Guys, these little pigs are learning to drink from that lower nipple over here. Because I've been watching Mama. Y'all are doing good. Go over there and get you some water. Go over there and get you some water. Look at that.
That's Dixie.
That's Dixie, drinking water. Rosie's a good mama, y'all. She's like, get out of my way. I'm next in the line for the watering hole. Now guys, as you know, Rosie, she had 6 babies. She laid on one the night that she farrowed. And 2 weeks later, that little runt pig, she got laid on too. It's just the nature of it, it happens. But guys, actually, we're gonna keep 2 gilts. Actually, no, we're gonna keep 1 gilt. We were gonna keep 2 gilts. We're keeping one with the patch on her eye. We really like that one. Lisa's already named her Dixie. We only name the pigs that we're keeping for stock. We don't name the pigs we're keeping to eat. That's just a little weird to me. It's just a disconnect in my brain. I can't get through that. But anyways, my dad's going to take the other gilt, rock solid gilt. She's beautiful. She's got more of a pointed up ear, and we're looking for the layover flap ear. We like that look in our stock. So my dad wants to raise that hog. He's been out of it for a few years, and you just can't get it out of your blood once you've done it, and he's done it all his life. So he's going to take that 1 gilt, and we're going to keep 1 barrow. We'll cut him in about a week, and we'll keep that to raise out for meat here on the homestead, and we'll process probably around late January. The other boar hog, he is built like a brick house. He is getting traded to a man that I met down east in the eastern part of the state that raises pure Herefords. He's getting traded for a boar. A piglet boar that'll be born in a couple of weeks. So that'll be about right. By the time he's 8 or 9, 10 months old, he'll be ready to breed the gilt we're keeping off of this group. And we'll AI Rosie again probably about December to get another litter of pigs on the way for spring. We're going to get on down here in the woods and see if we can get a little work done before it starts to pour. Body black clouds around, y'all, but we're going to get done what we can while we can. What we're doing here is just getting all this old fence out. We noticed last night it was a short, and our fencer was only hitting on the level of about 10, which is 10 kilovolts, and normally it's hitting on about 13. So we're getting some of this old fence out of here. It really just don't need to be here anymore, and we'll come back and throw it to the outside and get it all up later. One in right here. Get that tied up. Cause that wire's down on the ground a little bit right there. Stuff I got in my pockets. You know, all we're doing is getting up this old construction barrier because it don't need to be in here no more. But you know, it was a cheap way to give Rosie a visual and the other pigs that we've raised out in this woodlot over the past couple of years. Just gave them a visual to go along with them. We had 3 strands of electric in here. High tensile on the bottom and I think 17 gauge the next 2. Worked out really good. It's a whole lot cheaper than that expensive electrified netting. That's just what we went with, and you know what, it worked. Had to get back in there and save all my little donuts. That's what I use on the corners when we're pulling new fence. We'll reuse all this stuff. The only thing we ain't gonna reuse is those cheap white plastic step-in posts. You get a couple years out of them, but guys, they degrade pretty quick. They're cheap, they're a quick solution if you need it, but it ain't permanent. Hang on everything. So guys, we're going to end it right here for today. We hope you've enjoyed coming along with us on the Piney Woods Homestead as we put out some shavings for those chicks in the composting chick coop. It's the first time we've had to put any additional shavings down. They're doing an excellent job and that coop's staying nice and dry. Got to show you the piglets. They've been rolling around in the mud all night doing what piglets do. They're loving this weather, more so than we are. Got out here and got all this temporary construction fence down that aided us for so long with keeping our pigs into electric wire. Now we got the permanent fence up, we feel a whole lot better about it, about protecting our investment, protecting our hogs. Guys, we love living this way and we hope to inspire you to live this way too. Y'all have a great day, a great week. We'll catch you on the next video.